my home base. If I ever needed to go on international trips for work, which is the ideal, I really think I want to work in sustainability since it is becoming more and more important. I really want to work for a company that embraces that and innovation and change. But I also sort of am thinking about doing something to give back to the poverty back home in the Philippines. And I think that's something that's really important for me to do. And I want to be able to start or create a business that's run sustainably by those in poverty, giving the opportunity to learn about business so they can provide for themselves as opposed to relying on charity-based donations. And I know that's definitely down the line for me, but in the far future, I really just want to grow my career as a buyer or merchandiser and just have a really well-rounded career by working with technology and startups even. So I'd really love to dip my toe into any area of fashion. But like I said, shoes is the main event. I love shoes.
I know. Shoes is my kryptonite. Really.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
It's great to stay open. And I want to circle back with you after your role with the style shop in the fashion forecasting to see what you thought about it and how that changes, maybe changes your direction a little bit. I'd love to, I can't wait to hear about that, what you experienced there. So definitely keep me posted on that for sure.
Of course.
Okay. So you have all this great stuff for work, career, fashion, and all that, but what about your free time and, what keeps you centered and keeps you balanced?
Well, I'm a very simple girl. I love to binge watch shows. Shout out to Game of Thrones that just ended. But also, I'm really happy that Big Little Lies is back with season 2.
Oh, my
Meryl
God.
Streep is so good.
It's so good. I'm so scared for these people.
Good. It's so good. And when the stars align on a nice New York day, I love to go to the spa. I love to go to the spa and treat myself. And something that I wanna get into cooking classes, because I'd say I'm a decent cook, and I hope my boyfriend would say that too. Like, I can follow a recipe well, but I want to learn more complex things. So that's something that I want to get into.
Well, I love all these aspirations. You have to have them. Yeah, New York's a great place for that. You can definitely find that anywhere, in New York, cooking classes or online. Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. Well, that's amazing. I'm sure he'd be happy to know that you're looking out for him too.
I gotta keep his belly full to keep him,
What sites do you follow? Or what sites do you spend a lot of time on?
I love Man Repeller. I love the style of writing of the articles, and I think the graphic design is so eye-catching, and it's just perfection. I might sound a little boring by saying this, but I love going on BBC and CNN to keep up with the news. So those are my top 3: Man Repeller, BBC, and CNN.
Well, I mean, the news, world events impact fashion. So it all is all roundabout. So you'll see that when you do your fashion forecasting. So that's really cool. Okay. And have you had any mentors at all in your, helping to guide you?
I would say a few professors have been there for me when I've asked for guidance or advice, to be a mentor for me. And I would also think of you as definitely a mentor for me. I think we've created a bond, and I do rely on you for your advice. And I would also say, in terms of even just life mentorship, I would say my mom is a figure who really helped me guide me with what I want to do, how I make decisions, how I take care of myself, how I dress myself. She's just really given me a wealth of knowledge, and I can't thank her enough for that.
Oh, I need to give her a shout out. What's her first name?
Regina. She actually goes by Jeannie as well, though.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Jeannie, I'm giving you a shout out. Jeannie, Kristina's mom, okay? Because those are really cool things that you have developed with your daughter. My mom and I didn't have that kind of relationship. I mean, my mom's an amazing person, and she inspires me in many ways, but not like this. And I think that's really cool that you have that bond. So
Yeah.
it's really, really special. So Regina/Jeannie, you go, girl.
Yay.
And I'm glad
She'll
you
be
knew that
so happy.
Yeah, wait till we tell her it's on iHeartRadio. It's going to be like big time. And
she'll be so happy.
I know, and I'm really touched that you feel that I've, helped you, and I will continue to help you, of course. So thank you for that. And how do you think Supergirls can help other young women? Do you have any ideas for us?
I think, at least for what I need, and I'm sure what other girls in my position can relate to, is just reassurance. Because I don't feel that we're the most supported in the workplace, and I feel just like reassuring us that the path that we want to take is the right one, is what we need and what's really important. So I feel if that's something that you provide, and then I think that would be so helpful and really inspiring for girls, because at least for me, sometimes I doubt myself if fashion was the right choice, but then I gravitate towards it, but then it's not the most conventional. So it's just sometimes hard for me to rely on myself, I guess. So to know and be reassured that it's the right path for me and for any girls who feel the same way, I think would be really beneficial.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. Yes. Conventional is boring. So that's okay. And fashion, I mean, you do have to block out the noise. There's so much noise of what people want you to do, what you think people think you should do, And there was an episode of Sex and the City was like shooting. We shouldn't shitting all over ourselves, It's like, no, just follow that. That's really, really cool. So that's awesome. So we have to wrap up the show now because I wish we could talk all night, but we can't. And I always ask every guest, I want to know what your advice would be to the sisters on the rise, to the young women that are, right behind you, or other girls that are launching. Do you have any advice for them?
So I think I would say to not be scared of learning and experiencing other cultures. I mean, I Googled it earlier, and it says that there are 195 countries in the world for us to explore and cherish. And as great as the Instagram pics of a vacation would be, a trip to somewhere new would also teach anyone about the way of life in another place other than the one that you know and you're used to. So being an international student really allows me to share my background of being Filipino to the people that I meet here. But really, more than 50% of the time, people are surprised that I can speak English well. And I think just being closed off from the world would probably be the most boring thing that I can imagine. And knowing that people aren't taking advantage of how connected we are to so many countries around the world, even just by going on the internet, is just the biggest waste to me. So I would advise other sisters on the rise to take any chance that they can get to learn more about other people and other cultures, because it'll just really benefit you greatly when you're working with people from different backgrounds, or if you're going on holiday, or if you're just going to the store and someone from a different country is checking you out. So just learn as much as you can about the world, I would say.
Love that. That is fantastic advice. And you're following it, which is even better. So, what's the best way for people to talk to you again? Like if they want to reach out to you, for our listeners to learn more about Kristina.
Okay, well, my Instagram, it's going to be a really silly name. It's _KRUSTYKAY, which spells Krusty K, or via email, which is Kristina Noel _Ferna at FITNYC.edu. They actually cut off half of my last name because my name is too long, but that's it. Yeah.
Okay, well, Christina Noel, that's how I think of you, Christina Noel, because that's Christmas. So
Yeah, I was born the day after Christmas, hence
oh my
Christina
God,
Noel. Yeah.
amazing. Well, I want to say thank you so much for being with us and spending the time in your busy schedule with us here on the Hero Whispers, because you are such a hero and so glad that you're here. So thank you so much, Christina.
Yes, thank you. This was
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you.
All right, listeners, we're out. Once again, you can tune into iHeartRadio and catch us on the podcast called The Hero Whispers. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of the movement. And until next time, where we're going to meet Kiara Jarrow, who is a real live Supergirl actress in LA. Get out there and slay those dragons.